Hello, class of 2019. It's your old music teacher, Mrs. Amy Hahner, just a little bit older and fatter, just like you will be one day after you've lived a little life and waded through some stress. What a great tradition that Monica is starting. She was the perfect person to take over the music program, even though that wasn't really her plan. I wish I could be there to congratulate you, but I have a medically fragile daughter who has a tracheostomy. I am her full-time nurse and teacher. She requires homeschooling because she's sick a lot. Vivian is the reason that I left Hacienda after being there for 12 years. My plan was to share the music program with Monica, but I quickly had to adapt a new set of skills if we were to ever live outside of the hospital. I've had to put my life and passions aside due to the many issues that she faces. I don't know what her life will be like. I have a lot of fears about her future and my future as well, but I've learned to live in a much different way than I did before she was born. And you know what? I've never been happier because for so long I made my life all about me. But now it's all about someone else, and it's deeply gratifying when you sacrifice yourself for someone else. One of my favorite authors, C.S. Lewis, wrote, What is joy if you never know sadness, and what are heights if you've never known depths? Imagine the irony of me, a singer and music teacher, having a child with airway issues who couldn't talk for many months and would require years of therapy, play, enrichment to walk, speak, and sing. During that time, I realized that everything that I learned and experienced in life was for her. Every song that I knew, every dance that I taught, all the sign language I was racing to learn, all of my teaching experience, my friendships and connections were used to help her. Just like your parents have done with you, and just like you will do when it is required of you. Instead of 700 kids, I now have a class of 1, and that's enough for me. I remember Mr. John Parks saying, "Bloom where you are planted." And I hope that you will remember that in your life. It might be blooming in a moment of kindness, blooming in a job that you don't prefer, or it might be blooming in a time of loss, struggle, or sacrifice. Just like Kathy Haydell did something great when she began the Hacienda music program 40 years ago, you are meant to do something great too. That something great might not be seen by anyone, or it might be seen by millions. It doesn't matter. These last 8 years for me has been like an Olympic moment when all that I learned and trained for mattered and was put to the test. And for me, that wasn't until my daughter was born when I was 35 years old. That seems old to you, I know, but you will be there in the blink of an eye. Look, blink fast. So learn all that you can, take every opportunity to do new things, meet new people, make mistakes, but learn from them quickly, or better yet, learn from other people's mistakes. Help people, take risks. There is so much to learn and do in life that you should never be bored. I will never forget my time as your music teacher. You kids were my life. I gave every ounce of energy and time into each lesson, every song, every dance, every musical, every Kids in Motion, every Earth Day. And you know what? I still remember all of it. And I remember you. And you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you. I've tried to teach some songs and dances to our homeschool group. But you know what, guys? It's not the same. I cannot get those kids to sing and dance the way that you guys would. Because at Hacienda, it's an expected culture that we all sing and dance together. I remember when there would be a new student and they would come to music class and see what they had to do. They were either completely traumatized or they were in heaven. It's been my faith in God that has kept me going these last 8 years of little sleep and my daughter's frequent illnesses and near-death experiences, knowing that He's not against me, He's for me in every way, and using everything that happens in my life to grow my roots deeper and thicker so that I can stand strong against storms. A lot will be required of you if you want to grow your roots deep and thick so that you will not waver when the winds of life come your way. So happy life to you, happy sorrows to you, happy learning to you, and happy graduation to you, class of 2019.